Hi, my name is Christina. I like to salvage, repurpose, and create, and today we're talking veneer. So many times when I find furniture pieces that need makeovers, they have veneer issues, and there's not many resources out there to show you different ways to fix them. So today I've put together 3 of my tried and true methods for fixing veneer. Now please keep in mind this video is going to only show you how to fix veneer and then paint the piece of furniture. If you're not planning on painting the piece of furniture, this video is not for you. If you are planning on painting, stay tuned for 3 great ways to fix veneer and get it ready for paint to save those beautiful pieces of furniture. Now let's take a look at what you can do when there's minor veneer damage. This is a quick and easy fix.
Matching nightstands, what a find, except one had a lot of damage. If the veneer damage is large, you really might want to consider using Bondo all-purpose putty. You will need to use this in a well-ventilated area. All you do is you mix the putty and the conditioner together. I always use a paper plate, and you want to mix it quickly, and then you're going to apply it directly to your piece. While applying, you really do want to try to smooth it out even better than I did. Trying to videotape and do the Bondo was really not a good idea. The smoother you can get it, the less sanding work you'll have to do. Once dry, I use my orbital sander and 220 grit sandpaper to sand it down. Once you're done sanding, make sure you get all of the dust off of your piece and you're ready to paint. I am using DIY paint in pedal pusher for this piece.
Have you ever dealt with icky veneer issues? If so, comment below and tell me how you solved it.
Sometimes when working with veneer, things are tricky. I noticed a bubble and I took my scraper underneath it and found out there was more veneer that was coming up. So kind of back to the drawing board. I took my scraper and got all the veneer up that I could. I also made sure to check the edges that there weren't any more areas, and I patched it this time with basic wall compound. This joint compound turns white when it dries. After I sanded the joint compound, I finished up with 2 coats of DIY paint in pedal pusher and white wax. How do you think it turned out?
Does your veneer have a little larger issue? If so, take a look at my next tip.
This vanity is another curbside treasure, and I think it was put out mostly because of the veneer issues. There was a lot of veneer pulling up and some was completely gone. So my tip for this is remove as much as you can with your scraper, pull it off. Once you've gotten all that you can remove by hand, you're ready for the next step. For the next step, you're going to need an iron, and you're probably going to want an iron that's only used for veneer from this point on. Set it to the highest setting you can. Next, you're going to need a damp towel. Once the iron has heated up, set it on top the damp towel in an area where you're trying to remove the veneer. Just leave it there for a while. Keep checking on it. When you pull it up, let's take a look. Be careful, it's kind of hot. See, the veneer will peel right up in nice big chunks, so that's my little tip for you to get veneer off a piece of furniture easy. Once the veneer is all removed, just paint as you would normally. I applied 2 coats of DIY paint in Bohemian Blue to this piece and sealed it with DIY Big Top. Stay tuned to the end of this video for the big reveal of all the finished pieces.
If you are interested in any of the supplies that you saw in this video, I do sell many in my project shop booth at Plaza Antiques and Collectibles Mall in Lincoln Park, Michigan. I also have an online store, and I will put the link in the comments below. The 3rd tip is when all else fails, and it's actually a really cool tip that I've just discovered, and it's using a salt wash.
Look at this beautiful wardrobe that I found junk in. There was only one problem, and that was the veneer. It was less than perfect. So I grabbed some leftover milk paint and my salt wash. Salt wash is a paint additive that you can add to any paint. It will not change the color, but it'll give it texture. Use a 1-to-1 ratio when mixing. You want to mix the salt wash and the paint well, but there will be lumps. In fact, the ideal texture that you're looking for is that of like lumpy cake batter. When you get that, you know you're ready to apply your salt wash. To prep this piece for salt wash, all I did was wash it down with a little Dawn dish soap and water and let it dry. There were veneer issues all over, and that's where the salt wash is going to be applied. Painting with salt wash is a lot of fun because you want to just slap it on. The messier, the chunkier, the better. I also recommend when you're applying salt wash that you use an inexpensive brush or a chip brush. I like to just throw it away. It's pretty hard to wash salt wash out of your paintbrush, especially if you let it sit. You want to make sure while you're applying it that you're stippling the paint, glopping it on and creating little peaks. Those little peaks are what's going to make the cool texture later. Want to learn more about salt wash? Check out the link to my other video. I only put the salt wash in certain areas. Either the spots where the veneer was really damaged and I applied it quite liberally there, or I also applied the salt wash to areas that would receive a lot of wear. So when I distress them back, you'll get to see the cool texture underneath. After allowing the salt wash time to dry, I came in with my next coat. I was using DIY paint in White Swan. DIY paint is a clay-based paint with no VOCs. It covers amazingly because it is heavily pigmented. I was also using my Paint Pixie Dusty brush, which is a great brush when applying paint to flat surfaces. After 2 coats of White Swan, here's how the wardrobe looked. Now it was time for the fun part, which was the sanding. I was going to be getting out my orbital sander and my 220 grit sandpaper. This is when the fun begins. Salt wash does kick up a lot of dust, so make sure that you're wearing a protective mask. While you're sanding, you determine the look that you want. This dresser, I decided to go for heavily distressed, and I loved to show all the chippy goodness underneath. For the parts that my orbital sander could not reach, I got out my detailed sander to do a better job. There were also some spots that I had to use a sanding block. To finish this piece, I am using DIY paint, clear wax, and a wax brush. All you do is apply the wax, 2 coats, let it dry, and you can buff it to a beautiful shine. Wax is a beautiful final touch for any piece with salt wash. It really draws a lot of attention to the layers underneath.
Thank you so much for watching this video. Hopefully now you are armed with 3 new ways to solve those icky veneer problems and make those pieces beautiful again. If you like this video, please make sure to hit the like button and subscribe so that I can continue to make videos to help others salvage, repurpose, and create.